I'm still haunted by the words he said when he left me. 5 years ago, I ruined everything. I was engaged to the kindest, most loving man I'd ever known. He was the kind of person who made everyone around him feel cared for, safe, and loved. We were planning our wedding. I thought we were going to spend the rest of our lives together. And then I made the dumbest mistake of my life. I kissed someone else. It was meaningless and I regretted it the moment it happened. The guilt was unbearable. I told him the next day because I couldn't keep it from him. I begged for forgiveness, promised I'd do anything to fix it.
I guarantee it wasn't just a kiss. She probably just told him that just to see what he was going to say. If maybe he forgave her, maybe he would have told the full side of the story. Who knows? But, you know, there's always, well, they say there's always three sides to the story. Okay, her side, his side, and the truth. But let's continue here. Let's see what happens.
But he just looked at me like I'd shattered something deep inside him. He didn't yell. He didn't cry. He just said, "It's over," and walked out.
Wow.
I tried to reach him for weeks. He ignored every call and text. Eventually, I wrote him a long letter apologizing and asking him for one chance to talk. When he finally agreed to meet, I thought maybe, just maybe, we could work through it. We talked about our memories, the good times, the love we shared, all the dreams we had for the future. For a moment, it almost felt like old times. And then I asked him if he could ever forgive me. What he said next has been burned into my brain ever since. I hear it every single day, word for word, and it plays in my mind like a broken record. I hope someone comes into your life who makes you feel loved and safe just to betray you. I hope you spend every day wondering if the people you trust are lying to you. I hope you never feel secure in love again. I hope even when things seem perfect, there's a part of you that can't shake the doubt. I hope every "I love you" you hear makes you wonder if they really mean it. And when it all falls apart, when it breaks you, I hope you remember that this is what you gave me. He didn't say it to be cruel.
Whoa.
He wasn't a cruel man. He was the kindest, most selfless person I'd ever known. That's what makes it hurt so much. He said it because it was the truth, because that's what I did to him. He got up and left, but his words stayed. They live in my head, echoing constantly. Every night when I try to fall asleep, I hear them again. Every time I feel even a little happy, they come back to remind me that I don't deserve it. I've tried to move on, but I can't. I can't love anyone without doubting them. I can't trust anyone without waiting for the betrayal. Every relationship I've had since has fallen apart because of that fear, that voice in the back of my head telling me it's all going to happen again. I know I did this to myself. I know I might even deserve this, but living with it seems unbearable some days. I still know where he lives. He didn't move out of the apartment we used to share. He still works at the same company he did back then. I've kept track of him through mutual friends, though I've never asked him to relay anything back to him. I've watched from a distance as his life went on without me. And now, after all of these years, I'm thinking about going to him one more time to ask for forgiveness, to try and explain myself again, to tell him I've carried the weight of what I did every single day since he walked out. I don't even know what I'm hoping for. Maybe I just want to hear him say he's moved on, that he's happy, or that I can let go of the small, selfish part of me that wonders if he ever thinks about us. Or maybe I'm hoping he'll say he can forgive me, even if it changes nothing. I know I shouldn't. He deserves peace. I know my showing up will only dredge up old wounds, but I don't know how to let go of his words or the fact that I destroyed the only person who ever truly loved me. And then the top comment says, the kindest thing you can do is never to speak to him again.
Agreed. Move on.
Try and move on. Get therapy, girl.
Yeah.
You're going to need it. Because those words were harsh, though.
Yeah.
Harsh.
I was
You know
like,
how shocked I was? I know.
I was like,
my
yes.
mouth was open
But you know
for
what?
a minute.
Do you know what? That is what cheating does.
He didn't yell. He didn't scream. He didn't call her out her name. He didn't crash out. He didn't post something on World Star Hip Hop or go on Facebook Live, airing out his dirty laundry, okay, based on the information that's presented to us. He was a kind, gentle man that poured everything into this situation. And he got the short end of the stick. And that little meetup that they were talking about as she was reading the story there, that was probably his closure. That was his closure to say, you know what? I'm going to see her one last time. I'm going to tell her exactly how I feel, peacefully, calmly, quietly. I'm going to get up and I'm going to move on with my life. Right? That's probably what his state of mind was. So the truth hurts. I get it. The truth hurts. But at the same time, you had a good man and you blew it. All right, guys, let's go and check out some of these comments. First commenter says, it's always the good ones that get hurt the most. All right, so next commenter says, damn, that's psychological warfare. All right, so next commenter says, I love how people will always defend the people who are in the wrong and not the ones who have been wronged. Next commenter says, people are saying over a kiss. He did good and protected his peace. All right, so next commenter says, I said something like this to someone in my early 20s and I'm almost 40 now. And she still to this day continues to reach out through mutuals and social media. Yeah, I mean, that's what usually happens in these kind of situations. Okay, they jump from relationship to relationship looking for that feeling, okay, looking to fill a void.
It is time for another confession, so here we go. I cheated on my boyfriend and I'm dying with guilt. I feel disgusted with myself and the guilt is eating me alive. For some context, I've been with this guy for about a year and things have been amazing. He's truly the love of my life. So why cheat on him, right? I did not do it out of lust like most people. I did it for the money and nothing else. I have zero attraction to the men I saw, and it was purely transactional.
So you sold your body, did strange things for a little change with multiple guys, but at the same time, you're saying that's the love of your life? Make it make sense. I mean, this is nasty work right here, completely nasty. And she's trying to justify it by saying that she did it for the money. And my thing is, why not get a job?
I need to spend on dates for us, but I still feel sick to my stomach for what I did, and I know it's super effed up. If I told him, I know our relationship would be over, and I don't know what I would do with myself if I ever lost him. He is my world. I told myself I would never do it again, but just him telling me he loves me and all this sweet stuff breaks my heart because of what I did. Again, I didn't do this out of lust. We genuinely needed the money and I just wanted to be able to provide back. What can I do to get rid of this guilt?
There's so much wrong here, it's not even funny. It's not even funny. Like, she's trying to rationalize it and justify it by saying that she did it for the money. She didn't do it based on lust. So you felt the need to sell your body for money to provide based on what's being presented to us here? Why didn't you get a job? Why didn't you, at the very least, break up in the situation and just say you're not in a good position? Right? Funds are kind of low. You know, have that sort of dialogue or communication. Why does she feel the need to cheat for money? Right? Doing strange things for money. Right? This is absolutely diabolical.
You know me, I got cheated on.
Oh,
And
sorry.
once you get cheated on, as a man, you understand.
That lady fumbled. That she fumbled.
Can you imagine?
With your head swinging like
You know
that.
what? I thought I was that guy. I even remember telling my boys a couple months before I got cheated on, I could put my hand there. That girl will never cheat on me. And she fully did.
Damn.
Bare back even. Hey, imagine.
Bare back, he said. Bare back. Okay, so some dude was skeeting up in his girl bare back. Nasty work. Absolutely nasty. And this is a prime example. It doesn't matter how tight your game is or, you know, how slick your mouthpiece is. It's ultimately up to the woman and her values, okay, who she is as an individual. Her moral compass, what she will and will not do. It's really up to her, right? Because ultimately you can't force anyone to do something that they don't want to do or is not in them, right? I mean, if it's not in her to be faithful, it doesn't matter how slick your mouth is, she's still gonna cheat, right? Again, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. That's why a woman's past matters, right? If she slept with 100 dudes and lost her capability to pair a bond, what do you think's gonna happen?
We didn't need the context. We didn't need
But
the
you needed it.
visuals. Oh,
I want you to understand
wow.
why I was down bad. That situation taught me, Bananga, you don't own anybody
Facts.
in this world. You could do the most, like the most I did for her. You can be the most perfect person, but a human being is instinctively selfish. When the cards are down, they're gonna look after their own.
When all the
interests.
chips are down, the chips are down.
When the chips are down. So for me, I'm no longer threatened by other men like that, bro. Let me tell you why. As a man, if someone bought my girl something expensive,
right.
yeah, I honestly, hand on my heart, mother, I would not care.
No, bro, I would. No,
What if
I
you
know
bought
what
her
I
a
mean,
car?
though. You wouldn't care. No, I know what you're talking about.
Honest to God, he could buy a whole island.
Because
I've
they look
realized
so perfect
that
to eat.
if now a platonic friend, not platonic friend, if someone, a man, but so what?
You don't think that there should be boundaries?
No.
Thank you.
Let it be boundless. So I see how far you go.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a hard man. He's a scone man. He's a
It's
scone
not
man.
scorn. It's just, I don't want to get a woman and I start giving her rules. Your boyfriends can't do this.
No,
Your
it's
boyfriends
not
can't
that.
do
It's
that.
not
rules, bro.
It's just, I feel like if you are a person with a friend of the opposite sex, then the moment they get into a relationship, certain boundaries go into place
Facts.
that you
Yeah.
don't even vocalize. I'm just not calling you at 10 p.m., 11 p.m. at
God
night.
bless you, my sister.
So let's get this logic straight. A woman cheats on him, and his response is to have no boundaries, no limits. She can have a whole bunch of dudes hitting her up, buying her gifts, flying her out here, and giving her attention and validation over there. That's his response to being cheated on? Yo, I think low key, dude not thinking straight. He might be a little hurt. Okay, he needs to detox from the situation, hit the sauna, boxing classes, go to the gym, okay, juice cleanse, black seed oil, sea moss. Yeah, he needs to get it together, okay? He needs to remove the parasites and heavy metals from his system, okay, because he's not thinking straight.